Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price this Wednesday as we have over $500 million in Bitcoin entering exchanges today. So this is an emergency update. I'm going to be flying to Poland tomorrow, but I had to talk about what I'm expecting for Bitcoin inside of the range with a resistance of 44,800. Not a surprise for those that have been tuned into the Snipers channel. Yesterday's daily candle high, $44,751, literally less than $50 shy of our extremely important confirmation resistance level. We have the #1 technical analysis on the internet for the cryptocurrency market and specifically the Bitcoin price, as we've been covering it for the last 5 years every single day. I had to talk about what I'm expecting because yesterday we saw over $500 million in Ethereum exchanges, and we're not seeing nearly as much USDT momentum either coming onto exchanges or even leaving exchanges. But because we're seeing a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum exchanges, there's two reasons for that. #1, we're going to see a sell-off. #2, they're going to move into altcoins, and we'll see even Bitcoin move further up. And so this is an extremely important 24 hours, and I'll tell you exactly why it's an extremely important 24 hours. Just remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, Snipers, so we can hit 100,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, youtube.com/snipers. So right now, we talked about this yesterday on the chart. We're monitoring this schematics that played out in July of 2021. Just notice how so far we are following this fractal where we had 4 red daily candles followed by 3 green daily candles that finally allowed us to break out of the major resistance that we were playing inside of the range of. And right now you can see we're about to close this 3rd daily candle in less than 2 hours, but so far it's red. And so everything has matched the fractal so far inside of this range, other than the fact that if this candle right now in the next hour and a half does not close green, that would change the storyline. And then we might have to question whether or not we want to follow this fractal and assume that Bitcoin is going to form this higher low and then continue further up. And so I don't want to bang the tree too hard, but I'm going to say this one more time. The major resistance that we have to break right now is 44,800 if we want to see 49,700 and the invalidation of the major bearish pattern. If we don't get above 44,800, 41,950 is the major support level. At this point, we do not want to cross below this level, because if we do, the likelihood that we could actually even come further down to new yearly lows becomes highly likely. And so right now, 41,950, the major support, and 44,800, the major resistance. I believe with all of the Bitcoin and Ethereum that we've seen come onto exchanges over the last 24 to 48 hours, we're going to see a move soon. Now, here in the Snipers channel, we're a 4-dimensional channel, which means we cover the S&P 500, we cover commodities like gold and oil, and then we look at many different charts like Bitcoin against the money supply. And so let's talk about how the environment's looking outside of Bitcoin, and then we can get a better idea of what's happening so I can go pack up for Poland, as I'm going to be seeing Mr. Wim Hof here for a winter expedition. And so notice right now with the revolving parts, so far, Ethereum, I would say, looks quite well. We're above the 50-day moving average, holding the previous weekly open. But the problem I'm seeing right now is the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is the opposite. It's rejecting the previous weekly open. Why do we want to see the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart show strength? Well, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart showing strength is an assumption that there's not too much fear in the market and that people are fine investing into altcoins the same way they're fine investing into Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the digital gold, the storage of value. What's a storage of value meant for? It's a hedge against possible downturns. And with Bitcoin, of course, if there is a downturn, you're going to see a lot less downside than you would if you were holding Ethereum or any other altcoin. And so Ethereum to Bitcoin not showing a good puzzle piece. And I will also say that the S&P 500 also isn't too crazy, because if we want to justify correlation here, then if Bitcoin wants to break 44,800, why isn't the S&P 500 back towards this 100-day moving average, which is the recent consolidation highs? It is above the 200-day, but is this the trick, trap, and frustrate crew that are just going to continue to move sideways before even further downside? I don't think we're going to get a confirmation until we can get above the monthly open. And so everything looks quite neutral so far. It's Wednesday. We have 2 days left for us to see how institutions are going to be allocating their capitals. And then we have the manipulated cryptocurrency weekend. We have a little bit of time for the bulls to step in. And I would say that it would be nice to see them step in the next, let's say, hour and a half, because that would follow the same fractal from July of 2021, where we saw 4 red daily candles, and then bam, 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 it was 4 green daily candles, but the third daily candle was the one that broke the resistance. At the time, we were playing with 38,000 and 41,950. Right now, we're playing with 41,950 and 44,800. So garden variety, higher, low, but the question is it the trick, trap, and frustrate crew? That's why 41,950 is important. I don't care what any analyst is saying now about 40,000, 38,000, 34,000, another retest. If we break 41,950, we could potentially come down to 26,000 because of what I showed you, over the last few weeks with the head and shoulder pattern, and this rejection of 44,800 would add more fuel to that bearish pattern. And so with that being said, I do want to talk about really quickly other revolving parts that I think are really important right now. So when lumber initially started to correct towards its 50-day moving average, it had a cup of coffee there before moving further up to test its 100 and 200-day moving average. So is Bitcoin following this path where it forms a bullish flag before continuation? Well, guess what? With lumber, when this happened, it was quite slow because we did see sideways price action. And so the other scenario, and I'm going to wrap the video up with this, is the fact that, and we've talked about this already, because we've seen a monthly MACD crossover to the bearish side. When we looked at what happened back in July of 2018, when we finally saw the MACD crossover on the monthly chart, what ended up happening? For the next 5 months, Bitcoin moved sideways between 5,000 and, let's say, 8,000 US dollars. And so could we potentially say that maybe we don't even break 41,950, especially with the S&P 500 staying strong above the recent lows, which basically means it might still be a higher low? Could we say that maybe we flirt here for a while until we start to move up, and maybe it's a slower grind? That's also on the table. The point is, if we break 44,800, that's where momentum will most likely come in, and 49,700 becomes the first target. But the important part about 44,800 right now is we invalidate this bearish macro pattern that we've been covering here on the Snipers channel over the last few days. And with that, thank you all for tuning into the Snipers channel today. If you support this content, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. I'm going to be in Poland tomorrow meeting with Mr. Wim Hof for a winter expedition. We're going to be doing ice baths, cold baths, and by the end of the experience, we're going to climb a mountain, I think up to 5,000 feet in altitude, without a shirt, without any pants and shorts. If you don't know who Wim Hof is, he's famous for climbing Mount Everest in shorts through the death zone, and he's also broken many world records of being in ice baths, and he really shows you how to get beyond your mind and to really take advantage of every aspect of your being. And so I'm excited for that. It's going to be nice, and I'll still have my phone, I'll have my computer. We'll keep continuing to update you guys with Bitcoin's price, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next 24 hours. Maybe something's going to happen by the time this video is posted. Who knows? With that, thank you all, Snipers, for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Snipers